Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party. My buddy Rhett. Let's see, where is she? Where are you? Oh, there she is. She's in the back there. Anyway, so here we go. We are working on, I was just finished up working on my 3JS thing. I thought it was gonna be a 15-minute video where I was literally just gonna take a simple component, move it over into a child component, and there you go. I'll be done in 15 minutes. And I worked on it for over an hour, and it's not done. It's close, very close, but not done. Couldn't quite finish it because let me go over here. Let me kill this. I couldn't quite finish it because uh it has some dependencies on a component that doesn't exist yet. So I'm gonna have a new component. Let me go to Flashcard, npm start. All right, so this is a bit of a drama for me because Flashcard was really going to benefit from Microsoft using Edge because Edge in Microsoft Cloud was returning like full sentences with with the punctuation and capitalizations and stuff like that, which lent it really well for this flashcard effort. And unfortunately, Chrome does not. Everything comes back lowercase, and it does have some additional information and all that, but the way Chrome is set up is really perfect for my Say Hello project, and the way Edge is set up is really perfect for my uh npm start for the flashcard program. But now it just quit working. It just quit working in Edge. So like if I try it in just this, and it'll work every once in a while in Edge, and it will always work if I'm on my VPN, on my computer, my work computer, on the VPN. Then it works every time. If I have multiple connections to the internet, if I'm on either connection, either Verizon or AT&T, it does not work. So this is what we want. We want something like this, um, like let's say we would ask like how many how many bricks are in how many donuts are in a dozen? And the answer is 12, right? So how many donuts are in a dozen? 12. And as you see, like they gives multiple stuff back. So I could also, let's just refresh. Um, question. How many donuts are in a dozen? Answer. 12. Right. So that is that. And this was the most likely one. And see the way this is set up right now, let me hit stop. The way this is set up right now is I actually have it set up to return up to 21 alternatives, but we would only have it set up to one. But Edge used to work great. It was absolutely great. And the thing is like had I not that to me this is one of the nastiest things in software development. What the hell? Apparently there's something called look maxing. No thank you. Uh That's so funny. I heard a joke about Van Dyke, how like everyone always thinks he's dead. I mean, he was like, I wouldn't say he seemed old to me when I was a little kid, but um, he was probably like 30, but still, or maybe 35 or something. So he wasn't that old. Um, so let's try this. We're on Edge and we'll try it. Hello, how are you? See nothing. Just doesn't work. And we can come over here and we can look at the logs and we can see that there's a network error. And I believe that this network error is when the cloud tries to connect. So that's that. Okay, so are we running now? We are running. I do not have a lot of time because it is actually, oh my God, that looks so nice. All right, so I don't even remember what do we have next? Let's go. Usually I have like a README that's got sort of steps. This is something I kind of started. Next step, issue. For now, okay, so we need a command bar across the top to hold the buttons. We got that. For now, select prompt. We need select prompt, which will put the focus on the prompt. Also select response. So if you click this button, this will highlight. We also want to be able to say, I guess these would be called commands. And you could say flashcard builder command. And I guess this part will highlight, and then you can say select prompt, and that'll happen. And then this would highlight, and then you can say some words, and then they'll populate. And it'll keep populating um, until you say like flashcard command or something. I'm not exactly sure. When we get there, we'll figure that out. All right, so but this looks nice. I'm really, really pleased. I forgot how far we'd gotten. So I want to click this and this to get highlighted. And does it have to actually be focused? Probably not. I just need it to be highlighted. Who cares if it's actually focused? Let me see if my other, there we go. Good morning. So they used to show like my likes on my main page, right? So like if I'd go here and then you look at here, it used to show you like how many likes you got. And since no one ever likes my videos, which that's fine. I mean, I'm glad that people use it. And as you see, I don't really get a whole lot of views. This one had 32. That was like a very spectacular one. But typically, most of my videos get well under 10 views. But they used to show me the likes in this column, but they don't anymore. So now, in order to like be able to tell, I'm actually gonna have to start putting comments in. So I'll probably like just write the comment, I hope everyone likes this video, and then that's how I'll be able to know if I've actually watched the video. Because I try to watch all the videos just to make sure that there's like nothing wrong in the video itself. I don't necessarily always watch them, but I watch the vast majority of almost every. I watched most of all of them and all of most of them. Um, anyway, so we want to click this button and we want this to highlight. That's what we want. I'll tell you what I want. Really, really want. And I think I want that to be like signals based. So when you click on the control, is this the control? Select the prompt. So I want to do on the click, I want to call a function called select prompt. And I don't think it needs to send anything. I think all it needs to do is fire off a signal. So come in here and we'll create a function called select prompt. And then that's not going to return anything. Oh, I'm going to have it return a Boolean. No, I'm not going to return anything because I'm not doing any kind of testing on these. I'm not doing unit testing because this comes with VITE, Vita, something like that, testing, and I don't really like it. And then end-to-end just doesn't work very well with like the microphone and stuff, just for security reasons. So, and I don't really, well, I don't know this. Who knows how big this application is going to get? Okay, it's saying that select prompt. Okay. So that's good. Now we want to, what do we have? We have our voice recognition service. I'm going to create a new one called the command publish service. Literally all it's going to do is publish commands. So let's go into here. And we're going to make a service. In, so I'm looking for an NGS. There it is. VR service for voice recognition service. It'd be so nice if we could put this last trailing comma in here. Um, just because then you can just paste the new a new value and instead of having to like add a comma up top and all that. So this one is called command publish. And basically all it's going to do is publish commands. And so this will be listening, and if it here, it's kind of going to be kind of like the way networking works. So like a router, how a router will just like it, or a hub. A hub just sends out the commands to everybody. Everybody's listening, and if it hears a command, a command, and it's anything other than prompt, then it's going to unhighlight itself. And if it's prompt or anything else, it's going to highlight itself. So let's do that. Command. Okay, so we want to run this thing. Run command publish service. And command publish service should never inject another service, I don't think. But it should get injected into just about every other service. Into just about every component. So like all these components, that's how they would know to I don't know, who knows. Let's I guess not get too thing. All right, so npm. Oh, okay. So I need to be in npm cd flashcard builder npm command publish service. I've never really done anything like this before. This is a bit of a new one. I know I don't care about the specifications, so let's just go ahead and delete that. It's kind of weird. Like Angular has always been like frenemies, I think, with the browser. I think the Angular I think the Angular people really, really want to build like some system. They're probably actively working on some system that just creates Android applications, iOS applications, Alexis applications, whatever. Just it creates every kind of application around, but like the browser is just dominant. I know when I worked at CNN, we had like 10 people on the website develop team, development team, and I think only like two actual developers, and then like a couple architects, a couple, so we had hardly like a skeleton crew, and we were getting like 35 million unique visitors a day. And then there was a mobile team that was building, I believe they were just building an iOS application. It might have actually it was an Android application, and they had like 20 people on their team, and they would be really proud because they got like 80,000 installs in a month. So in a whole month, they got 80,000 installs. And if I remember correctly, a huge number of people would just install it and then initially uninstall it. Like, so maybe it was just like for testing or something like that. So people would read one article and then uninstall. And that team had like 20 developers on it, and our team had like two developers on it, and we were doing the whole website. Um, Like I said, there were a couple architects that would do work on it. There were a couple people that were like dedicated to video and stuff, but they were not really, so they would do some work for the website, but not really. Um, anyways, so we know we want to use a signal. Uh, It's a writable signal. Signals. And then I don't remember how to do this. I can never remember exactly how to do it. Let me try this. Um, so this is command message. And it is a writable signal. Signal, but I believe it was writable. Hmm. How do you create a writable signal? Oh, that was my problem. I brought the wrong one in. I imported the wrong one. Apparently, I do not know how to spell. Oh, yeah, it doesn't get an E. All right. I think you tell it what it is, right? So it's a string. Is that how you do that? Yeah. And then you go signal. And I think by default, I want to give it a blank. And it is funny. Oh, okay. So you have to bring in signal too. So signal with a lowercase is a function. Apparently, it creates something called a writable signal, and there is a thing called a single signal too, I believe. What? So that's kind of confusing. Okay, so basically, this thing is going to publish um, the blank to start. Publish signal, and this thing is going to take a string. Um, so it's going to be like a command and a string, and then it's going to return a boolean. It's going to return a void because I don't care because I'm not doing unit tests on this one. And then I think you just say command message, this dot command message dot set and command. All right. Now, this is a singleton. That means everybody that uses this, because of this provided in root, will share the same one. So then that means that they can all listen for this command message. So basically inside of my controls, I want to publish to that. So I'm going to use the inject function. So it's like this. I think we want this one to be private. So that means that it's not going, that's just a fancy way of saying it's not used in the template. I typically avoid using private because I think it's a pain from a unit test perspective, but we're not doing unit tests, so it doesn't matter. Command publish service, colon, command publish service, and make this a little C. And this is equal to inject command publish service. All right, so we need our inject function from Angular core. I'm wondering if maybe all the lowercase should come before it. Yeah, you know what? I think I think I'm gonna start doing that. Inject. Since it's lowercase, it comes before the uppercase thing. And then we need to bring the command publish service. So I'm gonna just do this. There we go. So now we have our command publish service. So now this can say publish service dot pub. Okay, that was wrong. Did I make it public? Okay, so that should be publish. I like that word publish. I don't understand why it doesn't get a little bit more traction than it does. So I'm going to copy that, Control C, and then I'm going to come over here to the controls, and I'm going to publish my signal. And then I'm going to say prompt. So the command is prompt. Now, in my prompt component, I'm going to do this exact same thing, but it's going to not, well, no, it will be. It won't be private though. I actually think I'm probably, no. Actually, I think it is private. Let's say I think I might actually want to print the signal into the, onto the, onto the template, but actually I don't. So Control V, and then we need our inject. So inject, and then we need our command publish. I wonder if I just say import. So I was able to find that. And there's only one thing in there, so I'm just going to make it one line. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create an effect. And we're going to pass it. Oh, no, wrong. I'm going to create a constructor. Constructor. And that is a function that you just create. And then inside of the constructor, we're going to create another function called, we're going to call a function called effect. And the effect function will get a function passed to it. And that function will listen to, let's see, current command, which is a string, is equal to. And then we're going to say current command is equal to service, like that. And actually, that's not the signal we're listening to. It's the command message. So we're listening for command message, and current command exists right there. But the problem we have right now is so it's the most natural thing in the world to just want to show that inside of your template. So just to do this, and just be like, but you will, sooner or later you're going to run into a problem. Okay, what's the problem? Current command does not exist on type prompt. Unsaved. Again, as per use. So you see that? Now, sooner or later, if you do that inside your console, you're going to get like a an error that says, "Hey, you something changed before, blah 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 blah." But like you can always, I don't know. This is not like official, anyways. Like that, and this is like probably Angular or ChatGPT's biggest problem is that even when it doesn't know what it's talking about, it acts fully confident. I don't know if what I'm telling you, if I'm giving good guidance here. Um, but what I will typically do is I have found it to be much more reliable to say like this, to actually show if you're going to do this. Is it still private? Did I not save? Is that okay? Oh, command publish service is the whole thing. I keep doing that. Dot command message. And we want it to be executed. So you hit that, and that's the current command. But what we really want to do is when it's prompt, we want to what would be really nice is if like something in here became visible. Um, and I have found that adding classes, I just don't even know what I should do. But what at this point, I have it all wired up, and basically we just want to add, like, make it like a light background color, like a light gray or something. I don't know exactly. Let's see. Inspect. What do we have to do that? Actually, now that I look at this might not. Okay, so it is at prompt. So what we'd like it is kind of like background color. I was thinking, well, you know what? Let's try that. Border 1px solid green. So dark green, what is it? Light sea green, something like that. All right. Now the problem is we also probably want to make it 2px so that it's bigger. So that if someone happens to be colorblind, we can, it's pretty obvious that this one is different, even if you can't see the color difference because it's much darker and much bigger. Um, but I don't know if you can set that here or if you have to set it at the editor. So the editor might need to listen and set the like focus. That's probably exactly what I need to do. I need to listen here at the editor. It sounds like one of my dogs might have been naughty out there. My wife is not happy, and it's Mother's Day, and it's not good for the wife not to be happy on Mother's Day. Okay, so let's just go into the README and update for next week. Okay. Okay, so now let's give us a nice little. Is there a now? No. Next. All right. Fine. Checkbox. So I'm going to add a checkbox to this. Okay, next. I'm just going to say next. Maybe a little bomb. There we go. Eyeballs. That'll be a good one. Next. show all. I mean, it's all wired up. Wired up. Next, we need to uh, highlight the prompt when the command is prompt. So basically, what's different is, and I guess we might as well, since we're here, this will be a lot easier to do right now, is like the flashcard editor has these two. So it can put a class on there based on like a focus class, right? So we can have a class called focus. Panel. Did I? It's so weird. I wonder why the hover isn't working. Any of this is panel hover should give us a bigger box shadow. Let's see, border 1px solid. I'm just curious if this is working at all. Solid red. Okay, so that is working, but the shadow just isn't showing. Or maybe it is. Oh, the shadow is showing up. We just don't see it. Okay. So I don't want to change the border because that's what I'm doing there. So, all right. So focus. Focus. Now this is border 2px solid green. And then we're just going to come over here and make this focus. Yeah, so that is exactly how we're going to want it to do, but we're going to want to set focus based on this. Oh no. Oh, it's almost one. And then focus, focus. What do I want to do here? Oh, I want to just here. Let's just do this. Import the use the command publish here. All right, I gotta go. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye.